Morning, welcome to the practice. Let's take a comfortable seated upright position, shoulders relaxed, neck is long. Hand rested on your body in a comfortable way. Your thumb and index finger lightly connected with the palms facing down. Let me turn this down a little bit. Seated on a cushion or on a blanket or anything to make you upright in your body. Let's connect into the breath. This practice is all about strengthening our bodies. And the word strengthening our bodies, has so many different meaning, different way of looking into it. And to strengthen the body, we have to really tap into the strength within the self and the energy of the breath, because the energy of the breath will allow us to strengthen our muscles and have the foundations. So today, practice is all about building the foundations in our bodies. We have layers and layers of foundation within ourselves. And sometimes we miss one of the foundation, and then we start to become a little bit more tired, a bit more fatigued, and we can be actually prone to injury. And I'm talking from experience, and I know that the fact the body change with time, and then the alignment change with time as well. But then the awareness comes through this being mindful, being connected, and then through this breath and this awareness of the breath. Then we cultivate the strength from within. We start to become more kind of like activated, in our mind and our heart and our body, and then to pull all three together. So I'm just going to tap today basically on the lower part of the body. Of course, we will work the shoulders, but what I mean by this, I just want to work from the foundation of the hips to the foundation of the feet and the pelvis, of course. Now, when you sit upright position, the idea of like the knee to be lower than our hips, so you have the alignment of your pelvis kind of like distributed equally on the ground. So you have that first connection, foundation, stabilization, or stability. And that allows the ribs to allow them to expand and soften. The elongation of your spine becomes so much, more in an upright position, of course, to give you the vastness of the breath. And now what I mean by this, I mean the breath is not only kind of restricted to this top or front part of the body, because that's what we often feel, like this breath here, but actually 360-degree breathing. So inhale and exhale through the nose, excuse me, softly and gently, tip of the tongue towards the roof of your mouth. The teeth are lightly touching, the jaw muscles definitely relax and soften, and then maybe the gaze soften or even close eyes. Then we're going to start to find a rhythm of a little bit rocking. So maybe you want to open your eyes. So this is our practice. I just want to tap straight into the pranayama, is always into the practice or embedded within the practice. Now, if you keep your eyes open or closed, up to you. I like to use or keep my eyes closed as I move the body. Now, when I push my hand into the thigh, I start to move the upper body. So what happened? The pelvis, the foundation of the pelvis, is supported my upper body to move into the flexion and a gentle extension. So this is awakening the spine, and in the movement of the upper body, the rocking, it's really important to help us mobilize and as well stabilize. This is what I mean. If your knee higher, then your hips will be so tricky to actually kind of like rocking this way. So the inhale forward, exhale back, nice and slowly. Inhale forward, exhale back. Do twice more, and then we're going to move side to side, from the center to the right, and then gentle to the left. To the right, and then gentle to the left, very softly. And then we're going to go into what we call a circumduction. I'm going to go to the front right, then the front left, then back. And you can nicely connect the breath. So your inhale as you come forward, exhale as you go back. You know, the spinal movement is so important as well for the building the strength and the stability into our body. And of course, the fluidity through the spine as well, around the axial spine. And let's go one more in this direction, and then let's switch it. So over the other direction, nice and slow. Good, breathing in and breathing out. Do one more in this direction, and we're going to finish off with a little twisting before we move into the standing form. From the center, lengthen and breathing in, twist to the right. When you twist to the right, your hand behind your back on the floor, closer to your back body, the opposite hand on the opposite thigh, basically, or the knee. Pull upward, breathing in, soften as much as you can. You don't have to look over your right shoulder. You can always look to the front of the room. Trying to keep the opposite hips on the ground. Switch it nice and slowly. Left hand behind your back, right hand on the opposite thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe it in. And breath out. Very slowly come back to the center. We're going to come to all four. You'll need 2 blocks for this practice. And then maybe strap. We're going to use the strap maybe to the hamstring. But most important, the blocks for the foundation. When we are on all 4, tuck your toes and spread them if you can, and spread into the fingers. And breathing in from your flat back, on the exhale, round your back, to draw the chin to the chest. On the inhale, lift and open to the heart center. Nice and slow movement. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift and open. Very soft. The cat-cow, similar to when we did this earlier, you know, we're seated. And again. Good. One last one. Exhale to round and inhale to open. Now we come to standing, but before we come to standing, stay on all 4, come to sit for a moment. I'm just going to show you the foot, foundation of the foot or the feet. You have the mount of your big toe, the mount of your little toe, the inner heel, and the outer heel. So this is like what I call the 4 foundation of the foundation, the 4 corners. Now when we ground through the feet, we come to standing. And as wide as your mat. So I'm sitting sideways to show you how I align myself on the outer edge of my mat. Look at your mat. The outer edge of your mat is going to align with your little toe and outer heel. Now what happens often the knee want to collapse inward, and we push pressure on your back. So what you do is you draw your 4 corners of your feet into the center, like a big claw in. And that's going to stabilize the foundation of your feet. And that's going to give you so much strength and length into your lower back. Your abdomen engage a lot. There's no tilting forward and backward, nothing in there. At the moment, this is your great choke under outer hip, draw down to the earth, towards your feet. And then when you claw your feet, four corners, you draw them to the center of each other's. So imagine feel your mat of your big toe on your right side to the inner heel of your left side. The left toe, big toe, towards the inner right heel. And that energy is going to draw in and up at the same time. Then your stance, your standing posture becomes so much elongated and you're decompressing. So a lot of times we shrug. The shoulders rotate back, palms facing out, slightly breathing in here. Now, this is the movement, the foundation of this movement. As you sweep your arms forward, the great trochanter move back, engage your abdomen. On the exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, push out, draw the abdomen in. Exhale, back. So now we start to engage your feet, strengthening the quads and your core to lower back as well. Inhale, palms up. Exhale. All I'm asking for the palms upward to allow your shoulders to rotate. And again, see, I'm not going too far out first. I just want my quads to work, not only the glutes. And then definitely, I'm not sinking my back. So this is why I collapse. If I'm not engaging my abdomen, my back collapses and create a bigger extension. So again, engage noses, like the loose stop. As you're breathing in, then you're breathing out, pull all the way. Inhale and exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And then on the exhale, take your hand behind your back, interlace your fingers loosely on the maybe second knuckles. And then see how my thumbs connected lightly. Squeeze the shoulder blade back. And then come forward. Nice, slowly. Like we did halfway, breathing and squeeze the shoulder. Now extend the arms and come a little bit more. Now notice how the knee will start to go back behind your heel, align it. Squeeze the shoulders, your toes come up lightly. Push on the heel and then inner heel as well to the center. So you're both kind of like back corner of your feet, inner and outer heel. Only your outer big toe, little toe come off a little bit. Breathing in and fold it in nice and slowly, head down. Your knees still bent, by the way. Neck is loose. Flip your palms open towards the sky. Inhale here. On the exhale, release your hand down towards the earth. Give a little shake. Then slide them up along the shin bone to come up nice and slowly. Reach them wide open. And then release them down. I'm going to face you this way. Stay as you are. You can follow me, or you can turn towards me, as long as your feet the same width of your mat. So now I know when I had the first form, I know exactly the second form is going to be like that when I face this way, when my mat is wide. From the four corners of your feet, engage, breathing in, arms goes up to the sky, inhale. On the exhale, turn to the right, bend both knees, engage your feet like you're scooping into the earth. You're putting your big socks on, then reach up to the sky. On the exhale, over to the left side. Inhale. You can turn your toes slightly out, but please, that they give them the same alignment. We're still working on the foundation of your feet. Inhale, and nicely exhale. Inhale, reach up, open up to the right. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, over to the left. One more to the right. And then one more to the left. Then on to the left side. Beautiful. Reach them up to the sky. Hook your thumb this time. You might not see my hand fully. It's okay. Reach them up. Any elbow bend. Tone the navel and look towards your belly. And try now, push that pubic bone slightly forward. Head the elbow back. Now let's press them over to the right. Breathing in, engage your full corner, breathe. Don't let the hips move. Sometimes they do. Come back center, draw in, and then press them over to the left. Come back center, release your hand. You're gonna need 2 blocks or even a chair for the next one. Let me grab my blocks. I'm gonna go with the same foundation with your feet. Little toe, outer heel. The blocks forward, what we call functional forward bend.
Now, this is what I meant earlier. Your hips, they need to move back behind your heel. The first form I said to you, if you look down, your greater trochanter, which is the big bone here, is going towards the heel. Now, the greater trochanter moving backward. This is what we call hinging from the hips. When we learn to hinge from the hips, we get so much strength in our body to actually connect your feet. Then we take pressure off our lower back because the big muscles are activated and it's really taking deeper. So this is not about running our back. Some of us might have to bend the knee more because of the hamstring are tight. We have to adapt and change. Now, the same thing with your hand, but slightly elbows bent by your side. And then open them at an angle. Head the arm back. As you bend your knee, hinge your hips back. Engage your abdomen, breathing in and come to about 3/4. And I feel your toes come off, engage, engage, engage. Then you place your hand onto the block. Look at my upper body. Still aligned, I'm not folding down. If you need to have a chair, higher blocks or closer the blocks to your hand, please do. Firing up your quads on your side, the great trochanter move back, abdomen engage. Once I feel this posterior chair muscles super activated, then I can go into maybe a 3/4 down. I can take the hands, push the blocks forward, but I keep my hips going back. Then my neck is long, drawing the chin to the chest for a deep lengthen to the neck. Weight onto your heel, engage your abdomen, breathe wide and deep into your lower back. What happened? The upper thoracic collapse. Again, if you look slightly upward, I know you might be falling halfway. This is collapse, upper thoracic. The armpit collapse as well. And we put too much compression. I did this for so many years. And I know my body is so happy to do this. But then I go a little bit less, breathe wide and deep in my back, push my weight more into my heels, then keep on the fingertip till I feel this posterior chair muscles super active from the feet into the legs, the hamstring, the quads, the sit bone, the lower back extension, abdominal pull and engage, then the extension through the fingertip. Inhale here. Please remember, some of us can come up on your heel more. So that means, oh, deep dorsiflex fold. And I'm keeping my knee micro bend, not lock, not straight. Inhale here. And exhale, lower the toes if they're off the mat. Bring the blocks a little bit more out and then see if you can fold about a little bit more. So that means your ribs coming towards your thigh. So we're coming into more 3/4. This is where our upper body collapse. Engage to your armpit, pull away from the earth and back. And that's deeper opening on your shoulder blade. Oh, I can feel the shake on my legs. The breath in, the breath out. Breathe softly through the nose, out of the nose. You slide your hand onto the front shin bone, push them against the front shin bone, lengthen the spine. With your knee bend, slide your hand up. The great trochanter go back in space. Open your arms. Take your left hand onto your thigh, right arm up and over, a little crescent, and then come back to the right hand by your right thigh, left arm, up and over, and come back. Just a little bit, shoulders released. Bring your legs a little bit together, give it a shake. I'm going to take the form of warrior 2, and I want you to keep the blocks either side of the top mat. Now, when we take a stance of warrior 2, your right heel or right foot to start in the center of your mat. Right heel align with your left instep. So that means that hip pull back. Then see, I'm just looking again on the camera and on my screen, my right knee is gonna either stay slightly behind. Some of us, this is tight. You have to hear that you're either behind or my knee directly in line with my ankle. Depends how the inner groin, inner thigh, adductors firing up. Breathing length. Now, what happened to the upper body? Because these are tight, the body is doing naturally this. And that's going to compress your right side of your body. That's what I say sometimes. As we go upright, Sometimes the knee wants to slightly be behind. And then open up, feel the stretch from here. Now the same foundation of your feet is pulling to the center. And that as they pull to the center, my right knee might be a little bit more behind this ankle, that's fine, but I can feel so much opening into my hips, connection, breathing in. Then your arms lifted, shoulders down and back, palms facing down to start with. Then we start to rotate through the palms upward and then down. The gentle rotation, open and then back in, nice and slow. Keep the form with your feet pulling to the center. Right here to your left instep, yeah? Open, back, and open, and back again. One more time, open up. Now from here, reverse the warrior, left hand, or the back of left hand, left side. Keep pushing this, imagine it's like an arrow, that hip moving that direction. Now this is an arrow from here, going all the way up and over. Then you reach forward, keep the space, the right forearm onto your thigh, the left arm alongside your ear. Now, when I work the shoulders soon, I want to pull, breathing in, and then reverse the left hand onto your left thigh, the right arm up and over, the right forearm onto your thigh. Now, sweep the left arm alongside this open space, turn your palms down, bring your left thumb to touch the inside of your armpit. And then keep your palms fully open this way. Push on your right forearm and see if you can move the left elbow towards the sky. That's great here. Have the elbow go back. Engage on your obliques. Breathing in, breathing out. Now this is where the hand, the right hand, can come on the inside or on the outside, depends on your hips. You push your right hand into the blocks to engage and open up. Keep your left arm, keep looking down by the way, towards your right hand. Pull your right heel to your left instep, breathing in, and then softly sweep the left arm. Some of us can take the palms or the hands straight up to the sky. Inhale here. And of course, sometimes we can go to deeper extension. I'm just watching my obstacle around me. That's the window. Push, breathing in, the side stretch, deep side stretch. Inhale one more time. And on the exhale, your left hand gonna go onto your hips. Pull to your hips, right leg goes straight. Same with blocks inside or outside. Push on the blocks, Trikonasana. Pull your hip back. So I'm using my left hand to engage and pull my left hip back. Pull my right heel to my left instep. Engage to the quads, tone the navel. Now you're gonna drag the same, that left hand, I'm going to drag it alongside my body towards my left armpit. I'm going to stick my thumbs down towards my armpit, the head of the arm will go back, push on the blocks, pull the legs towards the center, stay here, or the same form, but the legs straight. Please unlock your knees, breathing in, breathing out, and keep it the triangle form. To come out of the triangle, you bend your left knee, left hand on, bend your right knee, left hand onto your left hip, then rebuild it right forearm onto your thigh, come back to the center. Turn the right toe in. So we're going to go to another forward bend, but it's a wider form. Take the blocks on the long edge of your mat, the one you're facing. Toes turning inward, don't collapse your knees. Breathe wide and deep. Open your arms up and your elbows slightly bent, palms lean out. As your hips goes back, engage your abdomen, and then your hands comes on the block. So I'm facing you. So I'm going to show you the alignment between the head and the lower back. So if this is feels for you like that, you need to bring the blocks closer and maybe bend your knees. If that feels right for you, weight onto your heel, push your hips back, see how the chin draw into the chest, engage your abdomen and bring in more space on my lower back. Inhale here. So for the first form of this functional forward bend, again, or prasada hinge, we're going to keep the hands as they are. We're going to keep engaged between the four corners of your feet. Inhale here.
Then exhale. Go. We're gonna go to the second side. I'm gonna turn the first way. I'm gonna turn my back slightly towards you. So walk your feet heel toe, and I'm gonna come back to this side of the mat. And gently gonna step your right leg back, left foot forward. Same on my back towards you. I'm gonna turn. Just want to show you the back view from this one. Now, your left heel to your right instep. Breathing in. So what happened in warrior two? Happened the right hip sink in. See how my whole alignment goes out of place. When we are out of alignment, we're out of strength because we're using the hypermobility. Yeah, and I'm grateful. I don't have much hypermobility except I used to lock my knees and I still do often. So when you are there, you're gonna pull the right hip back, left heel to your right instep, turn the navel, lengthen from here. Then you see how the knee either stack with your ankle or slightly behind. Now I'm going to turn this way so my voice projects properly on the screen, on the camera. So left knee like stack, pull the right hip, breathe and lengthen. If that upper body moving forward, see if you can keep your knee bent or shorten the stance of the warrior two. Because a lot of times we dump the weight on the back hips, and then I've seen it so many times, that hips move in. And what happens if the hips dump in there? There's no strength in your quads anymore. You're locking your knee, your lower back suffer. So I'm gonna pull in and then pull back at the same time. Then the arms goes up. External rotation, thumbs upward, thumbs turning back, internal rotation. And external rotation. When you do this, keep engaged your upper body, keep engaged your legs. And again, now from here, reverse. The hand, right hand down, lengthen left arm up, keep lengthening that left side of your body, and curl back, breathing in. The left forearm come onto your thigh, the right arm up and over first, see how it feels in your shoulders. We're gonna work the shoulders, hand arm back, deep extension, breathing in. On the exhale, keep your feet activated. Otherwise, we start to feel a little wobble. Reverse warrior. Inhale here. Left forearm onto your thigh. Turn the navel, breathing in. And we'll set a moment, we're going to take the left hand onto your blocks. Your right hand closer. Now, what I did the first time, I've taken it this way. You can. So when I take in the open space, take the head of the arm bone back. My left hand going to go the outer part of the block, so that will allow my foot or the inside. Head over back, your thumb to the armpit, elbow pull back, push on the blocks, create space, ribs draw in and down. Inhale here, stay here, or imagine you draw like a bow and arrow, you're pulling that string all the way up, oh, shoulders opening, palms facing away, breathing in, breathing out. Of course, that feels comfortable. Again, I'm just watching my obstacles and extend the arms straight out in front. Head arm won't go back. Pull your left heel to your right instep. Inhale here to come back nice and slowly. Engage. Whoa, to warrior two. Take your hand on the hips. Both legs straight. I'm just taking it again, slightly different way. Pull left heel to your instep. Lengthen from here. And then when we come to the triangle, the left hand goes on the blocks. Pull the right hip back. Remember, another way, we dump the weight forward. Breathing in, lengthen. The thumbs, exactly the same. Onto your armpit. Elbows up to the sky. Stay here or extend the right arm alongside your ear. Pull, pull, pull. A lot of times you notice that the shoulders drop back. The moment I take my arms backward, I can feel my shoulders drop. Lengthen and breathe. Heel to instep. Lengthen, breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. To come out of it, bend your left knee. I'm going to grab the blocks on the inside. Turn the left toe. I'm just going to move myself slightly towards the back of my mat so you can see my arms now. Now, what I do, I'm aligning my heel on the outer or the back edge of my mat. My toes turning inward, we'll do a deep forward bend. Prasada Paratonasana. With your arms extended, so I'm going to go further than that, but I'm going to push my hips. Draw the chin to the chest. Now this is where your legs go straighter. Please don't lock. The weight onto your heel, the length into your spine. That is a deeper forward bend. Of course, sometimes the hand can come to the floor, and then you go into a deeper form. But remember the hinging from the hips, the four corners of your feet engage. This is where your energy needs to be between your big toe, opposite heel, other toe to opposite heel. That's a big posterior chain muscle activation. Breathing in, breathe out. Breathe towards the back of your body as much as you can. Remember, don't collapse on the ribs, armpit, lower back. Allow the fold to happen from the hip, outer hip, and that's really good for the hip bone, femur bone to the hip bone, because that's allowing you to take it deeper. And of course, to go deeper, you can take your hand on the outer ankle, elbows wide open, head down to the earth. Now we're getting into a deeper Prasada Paratonasana or Prasarita Paratonasana. Breathe out, inhale. Take your hand back on the floor, the center, floor or blocks. Bend your left knee and bend your right knee. Keep a little bit more upright position in your back body. It's a little bit like a skating form to the right, and then keep your four corners of your feet engaged. And again, breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. From head to center, bend both knees, walk your feet, heel toe about 3/4, turn your toes out. We're gonna come to Malasana. Malasana or squat pose, where your toes, knees out. Sometimes your toes can turn inward and go towards the center. Press your palms together, the elbow pushing your knees away, lengthen through the spine. Malasana is quite deep on the hip flexor, so please honor it. Another inhale here. And on the exhale, release your hand down and then come up gently, turn your toes in, fold into Uttanasana. Now, with this one, you can take the blocks and then to go a little bit side to side. I'm gonna go a little bit more deeper. I'm gonna take my hand on the mat. I'm gonna go sideways to show you. So my hand, fingertip on the mat, and as I fold, I'm just gonna move a little bit the upper body. And then I can fold a little bit more. You take the hand slightly wider than the mat, head down, weight still onto your heel, by the way, because we're gonna get this length in your back. Then your hands wrap onto your calves or the back of the legs, drop your head. Now the weight lightly on your toes to allow the sacrum to lift up. And that's a big foundation through your feet, a very deep foundation through your feet. Inhale here, exhale, bend your knees, slide your hand on the top of the thigh, the shin bone. Come up halfway, engage your abdomen, and slowly rise up. Open your hands by your side, Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to come to seated soon. I'm going to go actually to wide-legged form. And this one you can take a blanket. I would not recommend the blocks. I'm going to go slightly back. You can see my whole actual feet. Because what happens if you sit on the blocks, you really become higher and there's a prone for a hyperextension. You will need a strap at some point. Point your toes upward, internal rotation to your side if you can, and engage your lower abdomen. Create a space in your lower back to breathe and lengthen. And all we're gonna go like a little bit towards the legs, from side to side, as much as you can, upright position, or just like we did this first form, a little bit side to side. Then from the center, turn towards the right leg. Keep that lengthening, breathing in, and then keep the right hand on the opposite side of the leg, and then start to lean towards the left, towards the right leg, sorry. This is where you can have a strap on your left hand, wrapping on your foot, or sometimes the left hand,
reach the foot. But remember, the right hand is anchoring the shoulders back to get into a deeper form to fold towards that right leg. And again, I'm not going so deep. I just want to feel the stretch through the back body. Great for the back to stretch as well and create this foundation of your feet at the same time. And of course, the pelvis, because we don't want this part to come up. Breathing out and softly come back to the center, upright position, breathing in. Another one where we slightly tick side to side. Then the left hand goes on the other side. This is going to keep you lengthened as you turn. And as you turn, the right hand goes inside the foot, on the foot, or the strap. I'm keeping the left elbow to pull back. And this is a deep side stretch one more time. And then gently as I fold in. And again, I'm not going too deep. I want to keep my right hip grounded, the pelvis supported, the four corners of your feet still active, even though I'm on my buttocks. Inhale here, and exhale. Good, slowly come back to the center. Now, the upper body is going to lean gently inward, not too much. Take your hand closer to your ankles, calves, or even on the blocks, or even on the outside. And then keep that length. The buttocks grounded, pelvis supported, breathing in and out, and a little bit of movement. Again, the same form, how my elbows sway, and my one elbows go straight, the other elbow is bent as I go. But I'm keeping the length between the ground and the sacrum. Then as you come to the center with your elbows wide, this is where your blocks can come handy. Build the blocks, maybe two, to get your forearm in. Sometimes you might need two. Sometimes you might need 2.5. Sometimes you might not need nothing at all. Depends on your adductors. This is a big stretch. Remember, the forward you go down, the body wants to do this to collapse. That means your muscles here not working anymore. It's your lower back and your upper body working. Let's work the foundations of your feet. I'm pushing imaginary wall into my feet. This is draw in, and that give me my upper body become more supported. That actually telling me, yes, you can go deeper. But I would not force it if this is not active, because the body collapse and we get used to this form. Like that, it's easy. My legs are not feeling anything. Everything relaxed in my body. My back rounded, and I feel more tension on my neck and my lower back. Here, I feel strength coming in from every single part of my body, because I'm engaging all of this energy at the same time. And then spread into your toes. Whatever your hands are, little bit swaying. Inhale and exhale. Keep that ujjayi. Now, whatever you are, whether you are on upright or halfway, you can turn to the right. You can use the two blocks now to wrap it around the irons of your right foot. If you're really deep and low, then your both hands can catch your right foot, or you can have a strap. It's a deep side stretch and adductor at the same time, because we don't want to let go of this muscle's energy to work. The foundation. Breathe in. And the breath out, we're gonna go nice and low. Again, over. You can take the blocks either side of your left foot. Inhale. Notice how I'm lifting up to engage, because sometimes the ribs can come on the way, and then I can go over that left leg. I'm gonna bear in mind the right side is still engaged, still grounded, you're still breathing deep, deep. Inhale here. And exhale, we're gonna come back one more time to the center, either forearm blocks or even deeper form. Please remember, your body will tell you. Your body will tell you how far and where to go. And what we do, we often not listen. Once we listen, we get, even deeper. Come back very slowly, wherever you are, from the center. As you come back in, want to keep your right leg straight out. Want to bring your left foot in for, this is another form of what we call Janu Shirshasana, but your leg wider. It's much nicer for the pelvis, the hips, the knee as well. Your right leg nice and straight. Now, if that left knee is really higher up, I recommend you to take the foot out in front of you. And that drops slightly the knee, and you can take a blanket or blocks under your knees. Please listen to your body. This is actually a revolved form. Your right hand gonna come on the bent knee, and you lift up from here and you turn, and then you start to lean the side body in direction of the right leg. Then, when I take your thumb, I put in this Parsvakonasana form, into the armpit. Pull the elbow back as you lean over to your right. Inhale here. Re-extend the left arm and start to direct it in that direction. Get it into the direction of your foot. And as you turn towards the bent knee, now often I like to use this form. I bend the elbow one more time, and I take the hand towards the opposite shoulders behind my head, so I can lean my head back, so I can remind myself not to go into that open space, because it's quite easy to surrender into that space. But I'm gonna lean over the right leg. As I lean my head and my shoulders into my elbows, into my left arm, and that side body feel, whoa, deeper stretch. Keep engaged through your right leg. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Let's go deep. Beautifully, doing great. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Then slowly lower the left hand down. Turn gently towards the right leg. Lengthen and breathing in. And then fold one more time towards the right leg. Whether your hand either side of your foot, catching your foot, on the blocks, or a strap. This makes a difference when we take one knee bend. Inhale. Beautifully exhale, slide yourself back up. Oh, my side body feeling. Oh. Left leg out straight, the right foot in. Inhale, gently exhale. Please honor your knee. This is one of my unhappy knee, I would call it. And what I do, it took me a long time seriously to bend that knee. I had the meniscus torn, and until now, what I do, I'll show you actually. I'm going to support that knee. I had a little scarf. And I was so grateful with this weather, but it's still like a little bit nippy in the morning. So what I do is see, I get my little scarf and I place it under my knee. That helped me to, like, this space between my knee and the floor, but that helped me in a way to actually, yeah, okay, it feels much better than supported. Before I used to have it in front here. Now the foundation of my pelvis is in there, foundation of my left foot, my left thigh turning inward, breathing in and lengthen. Remember, we're revolving. The left hand, excuse me, come on the opposite knee. Breathe and lengthen from here. Then as I lean, my side body going towards the leg, my thumb of my right hand towards the armpit, and then that bow and arrow form open up from here. Is it right here? See, you don't have to go further than here. It's great strengthening and the alignment. And of course, if that right arm reach up, then as you lean over towards the left, that's enough here, because sometimes you get tired. I'm going to do the same on the other side, because that shoulders feel a little bit tighter today. I'm going to take my hand behind my head, so I can lean my head back towards my elbows, or my armpit, or my forearm, and that open up. So when I'm pushing my left hand into my right knee, and that allow me to drop into towards the left leg. Deep intercostal stretch, breathing in, because that starts to open up and that starts to release more. And I'm so grateful I can actually extend nearly my foot And this one, it took me ages because my shoulders, but again, today, I'm gonna honor because my shoulders still feeling a little bit fragile. So I'm gonna honor that by keeping my hand behind my head. Inhale here. Now when we turn slowly towards the leg, I'm gonna take the right hand down and you pull back this big rotation in your body, breathing in, then you go towards the leg. Whether it was a strap, whether it was your foot, and I can assure you, if that knee playing up, you're not gonna go forward. You're gonna be up here. And that's what I did a lot of times for a long time, because that knee was a support. Now I can feel the support of that knee, then I can go little, because when I get my ribs on my left side turn more over to the left, that will allow me to go deeper. Similar to what we did in the first one. Come back nice and gently upright. Release the foot, place both feet on the ground. We're gonna come on your back with your feet on the ground and then lie all the way in. Let's move the knee side to side, gently side to side. And then bring both knees in. Feel a gentle hug. Let's keep your big toe touching knees a little, apart and heels apart. Then open your knee, take your hand on the inside of your knee and open the knee wide. But keep your heels apart and a little bit rock side to side. Then bring the heel together and your big toe together, but your knees apart. Inhale here, slide your hand out apart, bring your knees together, flex your feet, push your heel out, toes spread, bring your knees in more. Then slowly, as your legs goes up, keep swinging your toes, slide your hand on the back of the legs or the calves, and then you can be here, and sometimes they can be here. Now this part is on the floor, and your legs can go straight up. So on the navel, and then take the legs slightly as like an L-shaped form, upside down. Then take your arms up, palms face, hand the arm bone back. Inhale here, engage your abdomen. Keep engaging your feet, and then your little toe turn in towards you, not up to the sky. Keep your heel, big toe touching, and that little toe engaged. Spread your toes, breathing in, and then take your legs about 10 degrees out to the front, not too much. Core strength. The arms still up, they have the arm bone back. Inhale here. Take your legs a little bit more out to the front, not too much. Engage your abdomen. Keep your head, arm bone back. And again, take your legs a little bit more. And I will stop here because that shake will start to happen. That fire in the belly. Now we're moving towards the foundation of your core, your lower abdomen. And then slowly bring your knees in. Give them a gentle hug. Roll side to side. Then take your left foot on the ground. Keep the right knee in. And then you can take strap on your right leg or the hands, the back of the leg. The hands can be onto your calves, onto your right hamstring, or onto your foot, or with a strap. Push your foot again. That little toe pointing down, your big heel, the heel pointing up, and the legs pull towards you. Your left foot push down, shoulders back. See how my elbow slightly bent. Inhale here. And exhale. And then I'm going to say like a little rocking side to side with my leg. Just a little bit, not too much. Then we're going to bend your right knee. Take your right heel on top of the left knee. Lift your left to the ground. Thread your right hand top of the left knee. Left hand on the outer part. And as you drop down, now what happens often, the pelvis come off the right side. Make sure your pelvis connected, left heel can be dropped towards the heel, and then keep your right foot active, spread your toes, push that right knee away as your shoulders grounded. Inhale, soft exhale. And gently release your hand, release your both feet down. Give it a shake. And the second side. Ready, keep the right foot down. The left leg goes up, the back of the leg, the calves, or your foot. Remember, little toe engage, push your heel, pull the leg, push your right foot, shoulders grounded. There's always going to be one leg, remember, a little bit tighter. Inhale. And exhale. Keep spotting that thigh in, keep your little toe engaged or as well as your big toe. Good. Thread needle style, your left heel on top of the right knee. Push your knee out, lift your right foot, come up, left hand onto your calf. So the right knee, right hand onto your right knee. When you sit back, please remember if you start to lift your pelvis, have a strap, or maybe right hand to your foot, left hand to your knee. Especially if you start to look back. As you push your knees, your left knee away, push your heel, dorsiflex on both legs. Good, soft exhale, release. Both knees in, give them a gentle roll, gentle hug. And we're gonna come to lie down on your back. So we're gonna stay seated for the remaining of the time. Please lie down fully on your back. Have some layers and be comfortable in Shavasana. As you relax your whole body, notice how you're feeling right now. The sensation always that arises through this practice. Where you actually felt it today. We tap deep into the foundation to strengthen our bodies. We tap into the big muscle group, the quads, the hamstring, the calves, even the ankles and the feet. And of course, we tap into the shoulders slightly to release as well any tension from the upper body. And as you're resting into your physical body through Shavasana, we often get distracted in Shavasana because the thoughts want to come and they want to appear for no particular reasons. They appear because they like to appear, and that's what they do often. But of course, we notice them more as we are in Shavasana. Because for that mind telling us to do, but the body is asking us to be. Just be present. Even the thoughts appear. Just be present and be connected with our own rhythm of breath, our own rhythm of heart. So feeling the inhalation and feel the beat of your own heart. How is rested? At the same time, be aware of your physical body. And again, any sensation. A lot of times we skip, anything that arises, and like what we call it, sweep it under the carpet and then maybe keep it there somehow. And then these emotions, they get there and they stay there, suppressed, repressed, what are you gonna call them? To the point where we are boiling and we are so aggravated and so kind of like in that place where, boom, everything released and unleashed. That's why I always ask you to honor and ask you to turn inward. This is the turning inward. This is the time when we connect. This is the time when we actually tap into this energy of our being. Not to be judgmental about ourselves. Not to analyze or judgmental about others, maybe. And not to analyze or kind of like trying to be unkind to ourselves. In fact, trying to be kind.
accepting, all our faults or our being or our kind of like best and our maybe weaknesses, because we learn so much from that. And that's the true yoga. For me, that's the true yoga. It's not only kind of like perform this asana, because it's not about performing. Yoga is not to be staged. Yoga is not about, go out in public and perform. Yoga is turning to the self, turning inwardly to your own breath, your own rhythm, honoring what's happening at this moment. Because each practice is different. Even if I re-practice this session, that would be a different feeling. That would be a different sensation. Even though the pose is exactly the same. So I ask you to turn inward. I ask you to connect to your own being without analyzing, without judgment, just being present. Take your time. Or stay in Shavasana. We're just about to close this practice. You can't stay in Shavasana. I just want to honor these practices, honor the lineage, honor the ancient wisdom, each other's, by chanting one Om, hands into heart center. Exhale all the way. Inhale and we chant one Om. Peace and namaste to all.